Buster here, Campania Knives. There are quite a few messages recently from people asking to see where I make my knives, so I thought I'd do this short video just to show my little workshop and some of the tools that I've got in there. I'll probably do a more detailed video if anyone wants to see it of the tools I use. They're all fairly basic stuff. So anyway, it's 38 degrees here in Perth today, so I'll show you in the workshop. It's a little bit cooler in there. See you in a bit. Okay, so here's my little workshop. Just go inside and we'll go through some of the tools that I use. Alright, first up, just a bench grinder with a buffer on one side and a stone on the other, which you can obviously use for sharpening drill bits and stuff like that. And probably the most important thing in the workshop is this, a dust filtering mask. It's got a little electric motor in the back there with a battery pack. It sucks the air in, filters it, blows cool air over your face. Got the plastic shield over there to protect your face and eyes from anything flying around, which is good, keeping the box, keep the dust away from it. I've just bought this actually, a disc sander, so I'm quite used to looking forward to getting started with that, to squaring up all the blocks for handles, which is good. I used to do it all by hand before, and it used to take forever trying to square them up. A bandsaw, which was a horizontal one, which I've mounted on just on a little kind of pedestal thing to make it vertical, just for cutting out the knife profiles. In the corner we've got a dust extractor hooked up to a flexi pipe to this, I think it's some kind of bit of guttering of some sort, leaf catcher. Yeah, that's like a drainage thing that goes up on your house, but works pretty good for this. I can hook it underneath the grinder there, suck away all the majority of the dust. Okay, put it back on there. Up there we've got some selection of grinding belts, and here is the grinder, probably the dearest thing I've had to buy actually, but if you haven't got a decent grind, then you can't make decent knives. I've got this one. It's a little bit smaller than the one everybody else uses, and the majority of people make knives, they use like a 2x72, I think whatever it's 2 inch by 72 inch. I think this is like 2 inch by, I think 36 inch, something like that. It's 50 mil by 915 belts. I went for this one just because it's a little bit more compact, and obviously in a small workshop it just makes it a little bit easier to work. So I got the bucket there for catching sparks. Down there, some selections of steels. Mainly use 1084. I do sometimes use 01 if people specifically ask for it, but mainly 1084 steel, which I think for the knives that I make works really well. Up there, aircon unit, which is really good in the summer. Say 38 degrees today in Perth, so without that it would be like a little oven in here, and that's cranking out good, nice and cold. Just an arbor press there, some Christmas present this year for pressing in my logo on the leather sheaths. A drawer here with just some threads and leather making kind of stuff in there, drill bits there, some lanyard tubes, brass bars for pins and stuff like that, just some other basic things. These little flexi lights from IKEA are really good. I've got one over the grinder down actually here. You can angle them down, get some light on the subject. Next up we have got just a simple drill press. I've had this one for years, it keeps going, so all the time it's drilling holes straight, I'll keep using it. This little block here, which I use with a small drill bit, drilling the holes in the leather sheaths. I know it's probably not the best way of doing it, but I find it's the easiest way. As I say, I'm a little bit new to leather making, so I find it easy just to drill the holes into this strip here, but I'll go through that in another day. Swivel vise, which is really good. You can clamp all your other gadgets in there for sanding knives and that kind of stuff. Here we've got some leather work making tools, bevel jig, leather dies, cactus juice for stabilising. I'm stabilising at the moment. I've got some in the vacuum tank there. So, and just some other bits and pieces, files, clamps, epoxies, little toasting oven for cooking the stabilised wood. You wrap it in the tin alu foil and cook them, but I'll go through all that at a later date if anyone wants to see it. So pretty much, oh, got a baseball as well. Don't know why I've got a baseball, but I've got a baseball. Pretty much that is it really. Just a quick walk around on my small workshop. Okay, so there was a quick run through of some of the tools that I use in my workshop. I haven't got the furnace in here. That's outside an undercover area. Obviously this workshop's a little bit small to have a furnace inside, gas powered furnace, so I end up catching some little light. I'll probably do another video if anyone wants to see that, going through the processes of how I make knives, all the different stages of cutting them out, heat treating, tempering, fitting the handles and final kind of fit and finish and that kind of stuff, and leather work. Anyway, hope that wasn't too boring. If you want to see some more videos, like and subscribe. Is that like and subscribe? Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I'm new to this. It's the first one I've ever done. So, as I said, hope it's not too boring. And see you again. Stay safe. Cheers. See ya.